Hey YouTube world, and hey to my Neville Nation. It's me, Neville Girl, coming to you with a burst of light, apparently, where I am sharing my Law of Assumption dream life journey with you, because on this channel we make our dreams come true. I'm claiming this for me. I claimed that for me, and I'm claiming this for you. So on this channel, we talk about everything Neville Goddard, some quantum physics, what I'm currently obsessed with, what my ponderments are, where I'm currently getting fed. I will hold nothing back. And so shorter little beginning here for those of you who are new, so welcome. If you're new here, drop an emoji or say hello, tell me where you're from. But anyway, this is actually going to be part 3. I didn't intend this to be a series, but I want these videos to be shorter. And I feel like if I can record more often, make them shorter. Anyway, this is part of commanding your morning, or actually commanding your world. And that's what I'm titling this particular episode, because I really wanted to get into the experimental aspect of this and the power of words. And I gotta tell you, the next video I am recording is, I'm coming off of 3 days with the Mary Morrissey Dream Builders Live. And we'll go into that, but she is a Neville girl. Like, she studied with tons of other people and chatted with people like Gandhi. But anyway, Neville had a great influence, and he had a great influence on me. So let's get into this experimental. And so it reminded me, since I'm not able yet to create a PDF or more like a Google Doc, I do want to learn how to pin. I'm newer channel and I'm newer to some things on YouTube, but I want to start pinning things, whether it's my favorite videos, whatever, but I want to create a Google Doc of what I'm using as my morning, commanding my morning rampages. But in the meantime, this is what you do, plain and simple. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, part 1 particularly of Commanding Your Morning, it gets very specific in all my add-ons. But if you're just going to create your own I ams in the morning, like when I am driving to my office in the morning, that's when I'm claiming over myself, a very fierce claiming over my day, over myself, over my life. Law of assumption, our words are very powerful. So for me, I used a template off of the Be Something Wonderful channel, something similar. But if you want to use the 4 quadrants, as we were going over in Mary Morrissey's class, just pick an I am for a relationship. Pick an I am for health and wellness. So 1 quadrant, relationship. Other quadrant, health and wellness. 1 for vocation, and 1 for time and money freedom. Okay, that's another guide. Just little tidbits, because I love to share little tidbits. But for me, it's I am impeccably healthy. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am free. I am beautiful. I am in love, and I am deeply and unconditionally loved. And then I go into some other ones too, but off of each quadrant that I just kind of mentioned, I start to rampage off of them. I don't know what this burst of light is, but I'm just going to take it as that I'm just burning with energy to share this with you. So, power of words. And again, we did mention it in part 1 and 2, but I wanted to get into the experimenting, because once you write down, and I love me an index card, however you like to do it, put it in your phone and your notes, whatever. I'm very, very visual. So I get very familiar with my I ams. So once I get my basic statement, and I say it out, maybe once, maybe twice. Sorry about the light surge, but I don't know. Sorry, not sorry. This is just a good message. But once I do that, then I start rampaging off of each one. So like, I am impeccably healthy. And then I start adding, I am the picture of health. I am vibrantly, I have all the vibrant amount of energy I could possibly need or want or desire to accomplish everything I want today. I'm the picture of health from head to toe. I am perfect, whole, healthy, and complete. physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So you can hear that, how that goes on. Now, this may not be for everybody, like everybody's cup of tea. I get that, I do. And what I've discovered with law of assumption is that it's kind of like a lock and key. It's like whatever keeps you there. Like, we are all out here reminding you that you really don't have to do a lot of techniques at all. You really don't. But you find the 1 or 2 or 3 that keeps you in the zone, that keeps you in a place that feels like the end state. And we're going to get into that more specifically, because some people don't believe in the emotions, but anybody who's in quantum physics will say, hey, by the way, whenever you're thinking about something like you're upset or you're overly emotional, like in excitement, that has more emotion, that has more power to the manifesting. So emotions, I feel, are valuable. And I really love the emotions I feel when I'm doing the power of power of I am, and commanding my morning, commanding my day, because I'm speaking over, I'm prophesying just over my life, and I zip it for anything else. So what I wanted to share is the experiment part. So once you get all of those down, you get comfortable, you start rampaging, which is kind of more of like an Abraham term, Abraham Hicks, but rampage off of each quadrant if that's your jam. And again, you don't have to do any of this. You could just do all those, assume it's true, and you're good. But I love the feeling, and I love dwelling and just living at the end state of all those I am. So I rampage off of all those, and then I add special ones. And in my part 1 and part 2 of this commanding your morning, I just mentioned, like, you know, you can start to throw, and I would like document this. This is where I get into my experimental part. And you know your girl, I love to experiment. Start adding something special. Like, I love gift cards, gift certificates, and, you know, receiving gifts unexpectedly. Just throw a twist in there and start saying that, claiming that over yourself, and saying, I am enjoying receiving gift cards, gift certificates, whatever. My inspiration for my birthday time was that. It was just like, hey, I'll add that. And ironically, that occurred in my life like within a week or 2, and it was not related to my birthday, but that's what inspired me. So I'm going to give you other ideas, because this is how you can start to track how powerful you are. We're powerful. We're always manifesting 24/7. It's just that we have been taught through default that it's just random thoughts, a life occurs, and then you see what happens, and you didn't realize that you created, manifested, whatever. So start adding, like, I love being a mocha latte magnet. Everywhere I go, I get mocha lattes. Everybody's always buying me a mocha latte. I just love it. Or I am a money magnet. I'm especially like a $20 money magnet. Everywhere I go, everything I, you know, like whether it's in my purse or whether it's in my whatever, I'm constantly finding $20 bills. Like, experiment. Or you can go even more neutral. You could say, like, I love ladybugs. Ladybugs are amazing. I love seeing them. They're just a reminder of spring, because it's spring in the area that I am in the US right now. And so I encourage you, and I tried to think of some things, or like, I am a flower magnet. I love receiving flowers. I love gardening flowers. I love picking them. I love admiring them. Pick a category for yourself. Just pick something special that's meaningful to you, that you can absolutely track, and see what happens. Now, for me, I did that in a couple categories. One of them was like when it came to like riches and finances, I just said, I love that my bank accounts are brimming and bursting full of tons of money. They're bursting at the seams. And that's the other thing. When we say these words, we're also like have a visual, right? So you're having a visual of like bursting at the seams, and it's so exciting. It's just like you can see it. You're saying the words, but you can see it and almost feel it, right? Or both. And so that is what I encourage you with, experimenting with the power of I am. And just like I said, when I start to get into the experimental phase of it, I say I am enjoying, or I really love when, and just see what happens for you. I encourage you to start adding that if this sounds like something you want to try, and just try it for a couple weeks and see what happens. You just might be surprised. So that's all I want to say about that, because I'm going to get on to my recap of this wonderful weekend with Mary Marcy and the Dream Builders Live. So I don't know where you are in the world today or what you are trying to manifest, but I'm holding a space and I'm assuming that it has already happened for you. And so until the next time, create something wonderful, create something magical. Bye.